Thank God. I'm done. That was grueling grinding for a whole, what, 15 minutes? Maybe? The wonders of emulation, folks. And yet, this boss is still going to kick me around a lot. I need the actual music from the game back. Okay. You go about your business. Unfortunately, having a second person here means it's double the chance to get tagged by anything. It can be bad. I'm not going to say emulation is this perfect saint of a thing. But there are times when you just cannot do a thing but emulate. There are also people that think emulation is bad because, yeah, that's large-scale piracy. It's where most of the piracy happens. So now we need to go to the area. Oh yeah, the trap's gone, so we can just crawl across there. No big deal. Just in case anybody panicked there for a second. Oh yeah, they should, but they love the virtual scarcity. So now, before we do this, we are in... You may remember this is the path I took. This is the path I took to go fight the fish. The optional boss is in here too. Only you've got to do a thing. So you walk down here. And see that diamond thing at the very bottom of the screen? Basically, we go up a couple steps, and we have just done a thing that results in this pot going here. That this pot will ask for money. We don't have enough money to make it happy. It'd be nice, but we don't. If there is a way to make that pot happy, I don't know it, and apparently nobody else on the internet does either. Because I couldn't find any information about it, other than people wondering what was going on with it. But here we are in this room with this sword. And yeah, this sword is just kind of hanging out. That sword is actually kind of a nice sword. But it's kind of got a snag. Not the bell. It's kind of got a spirit attached to it. Who doesn't want to give up the sword? Notice that he gets the super boss music here. Now, let's see. I have actually only beaten this guy once. I have only actually beaten this guy once. So, yeah. The one thing you absolutely never want to do is stand directly to this guy's side, no matter what range you are, because he will absolutely wreck you. can't remember what's best for him. I don't think Earth-Rending Fury will actually manage to hit. It'll hit, but he won't get it off, I don't think. What was the best attack for him? Probably this. Never be afraid to use the healing items, because as strong as we are, there is literally no risk from the final bosses. I don't know if it's called a money jar or not, but I was looking for that pot in several facts walkthroughs and all that, and never saw anything definitive on what I needed to actually feed it. Because it wants either 1, 6, or 10 coins. Ah, good, he's dead. He is dead. Jeez. Luckily, he did not use his good attacks. Luckily, he just kind of stood there and did not come at me with the 5... No, last time I got hit with it was a 650 point hit. Oh yeah. If you managed to do that before you released Goemon, he would replace it. He would replace it. And now let's put the scale on. Do I have anything else? No, I do not. Really? You can keep that. Remove that. Remove. To remove. Tried to put 6 in and we didn't have 6. But see, that's kind of all he does. We don't have enough to actually feed him skills. I guess he gives skills, huh? Okay. Okay, what did I actually have to do to change this? Okay, yeah. How many steps was it? There we go. And now we're back here. Which we could attempt to go swimming with the Robo. But oh, Robo breaks in the water. So now we got a long trek. Yeah. Now the thing is, the guy guarding that sword will do 600 plus damage at a time. If he gets right up next to you, he has something that he can basically hit at any point. No, you don't get any experience for calming him down. It would be nice. Might take me a minute to remember where I'm supposed to go. Yeah. I think that might be considered a little extra broken if you could actually turn that into experience grinding. No, we never see him again. He served his purpose. Okay, I don't think that want to be here. Okay, let me think a minute. I did that, and I did that. And I'm all the way back here. Yeah, I did want to be. Okay, I needed to get back here, didn't I? So now that we've done that, we're back at these stairs. These stairs that lead to basically the end of the chapter. And I'm going to save. And these dudes, will not let you run from them if you engage them in a fight. So, we get a problem, because they're human. And if you didn't have a robo with you, you would be completely and totally boned if you were going for 0 kills. However, a mouse shows up, causes him to just freak out, and instead of attacking us, he goes and explodes the three monks out of the way. Alas, poor Orobo. We knew him, Horatio. He served his usefulness, and now he is dead. And now we are kind of in the boss room. Oh, we killed the thing that made him. We killed the trap master. So there's Odie. O'Day. Who congratulates us on showing him how worthless the guards are here. And he has a pistol. Also, I'm not sure how common pistols were in feudal Japan. But someone else goes, "You can't do that." And shoots the pistol out of Odie's hand. And oh look, it's our prisoner friend. Who has a gun. And he scares off all the mooks. And Ryoma teams up with us. And O'Day is a little bit upset. And he says it won't matter how long they hold him prisoner for. So he summons the spirit of Musashi. Miyamoto Musashi. And leaves. Bails on us. Yes, the most skillful swordman that ever lived. So, before the wandering spirit gets close, this guy was a prisoner. He has a gun, but he has literally nothing else. So, you kind of needed to strip the robot of all its Genji stuff to hand to him before the spirit advances on you. Because poor Ryoma is kind of stuck at level 9. The only way you could raise his levels is if you had decided to kill a whole bunch of people earlier to free him. And Miyamoto Musashi, if you didn't do the ridiculous amount of grinding I did, would be a threat. But for now, just get out of his direct sphere of influence. And use this warning shot to kind of pause his thinking. And maybe just give him some tea. He'll feel better. So, you know, he can pretty much just chop Ryoma down in like nothing. Which isn't a problem. Not at our ridiculously inflated level. He also didn't have a ton of hit points anyway. Yeah, he is a spirit. He's only the spirit of the legendary swordsman. So, you know. Let's see, I think we have a little bit further to go. He did look nauseated, yeah. And as we approach, a woman just kind of warps in front of us like this. Who, is predictably not really a woman. But is instead a demon. Who attacks with sexiness, which causes poor Ryoma down there to act like he's drunk, but doesn't really do any damage to him. However, this is going to hurt him a little bit. Not terribly, but you know. Now he's poisoned. He's drunk. Once again, not a human. And now, as we approach the door, we are told to please wait. And another woman says, "I want to thank you for sparing me." And we could kill her right now, but we really don't want to. Because she's going to give us the maid's obi. Which, I mean, I guess it's useful in some capacity. I mean, he gives us a whole 1 vitality, which I guess fair enough. However, that was a mistake on her part. And she's going to apologize for it. And instead of, she didn't really want to give us the obi. She really wanted to give us something called the medicine box. Which, it's an item. It has uses. Where is it? There it is. It's an accessory, really. I think it actually has some use outside of combat. But, it's an accessory that gives him plus 40 IQ. And no, she did not stick around long enough to take the obi back. But, yeah, basically, if you don't kill any of the women in the chapter, none whatsoever, you get the reward of the medicine box, which is nice. So now Ode is kind of all by himself. We kind of beat up all of the people around him. And notice we still don't have the super music here. And, sadly, he really doesn't have much he can do, except walk in and just get smacked for a point and lose a level. But at this level, one bronze leaf is more than enough to take out Ode here, who's laughing. And who wants to take this outside? Now, despite what he just did, we can't jump up through the ceiling. We just need to walk out this door. And he's about to get real ugly.
Cower before the sublime form of he who shall rule the land of the rising sun.
Yeah, you know. Something's wrong with your face, man. Something's wrong with your whole thing, man. Well, our new friend has also been kind of imprisoned for a while. So, meet the real form. The, demon frog snake. Yeah, that's what he turns into. However, with everything we did, he's going to be annoying. Thankfully, he can't interrupt us like Fish Dude could. So yeah, he's gonna be annoying because of all the poison. You can shoot warning shot at him to kind of interrupt him a little bit, to kind of slow down his attacks. And you can keep it up. Just looking at him is enough to make you go yuck, huh? You just ate, too. So just to do some of the other things here. And if we do get into trouble, we can wipe out the poison with those healing items, even though he's going to bring it right back. And that kills off the frog, or demon frog snake. Thud. Dude has enemies. Dude is done fighting for the most part. Yeah, I think it was. I think the snake was a part of him. It wasn't just a boa. But since we went through the chapter and didn't kill a single human, we get this little speech. I know that you don't kill without cause. And he hands over his sword, the Yoshiyuki. And another explosion. And the ship there. And just in case we didn't know who this guy was, Ryoma Sakamoto. And he looks at us, considers it a waste that we would devote our life to being shinobi, and offers to take us adventuring. To which we could say, huh, that sounds interesting, or we could say, I am shinobi. It doesn't really matter which one you pick. So, you know, he is shinobi. It literally affects nothing that I know of. Yeah, this was kind of the Cliff's Notes version of Japanese history. And thus ends the chapter. And once again, we get a small credits roll. And yeah, we saw this. Even though if you were doing a 0 kill run normally, you're not going to see this. Since you can't get out of here without killing a human. or this scene. You can't see that if you're doing 0 kills. And I didn't show that off because it involves basically continuing on from where we were after we killed the one dude and picked up Ryoma, and wandering around the castle killing a whole lot more people. Also, yes, if you decided to go with killing a few people here and there, you could have a party of 3 people. And then, of course, the ending scene. Watching Ryoma's friend's ship after killing 0 people, Oboromaru rescued Ryoma Sakamoto from Ode Castle. And I'm pretty sure that means end. And with Oboro's chapter down, we go back to the character select screen where we have 4 left to choose from. We have sci-fi, the distant future, we have the not too distant future, as for... Yeah, we turned the robot friend we made better into singing ninja tank. There we go. We have the mecha chapter, which, you know, will happen in the not too distant future, according to most timelines. We have the wrestling chapter, which takes place during the 80s. And then we have the cowboy chapter, which is the late 1800s. But cowboy will happen next week, because we don't have enough time this week to get through it. However, so you can make all the Brokeback jokes. Yeah, I assume you could. I assume you could make all the Brokeback jokes.